What's up, guys? Welcome to another weekly forecast. So today is July 12th. It's Sunday actually, and it's been like a month since I actually did this because I've not been around. Let me put that. I'm on transit. I traveled. So we are back, and we're trying to like reset and get everything back in place. Our routine, trying to improve. So, but that's being said, let's get into today's business. So we have like the new week coming up. It's already started from today, but we want to do our weekly forecast and see what you're expecting price. But first things first, as always, is to always go through our forex factory. Very important. Like I always have this open. I don't know why it's closed. Yep. So we always want to check what news we have for the for the for the week. So as you can see that on Tuesday, this week is actually a CPI week. So on Tuesday we have CPI and we have PPI on Wednesday. So we have red folder and orange folder. So definitely we have volatility this week in the market. So on Monday, I've noticed that recently the price do move before the news day. Like maybe on Monday we might see volatility in price, but on Monday we don't have any red folder, orange folder news. On Tuesday we do have CPI, then Wednesday we have PPI, and then Thursday, Friday we have orange folder news. So we expect volatility in the market this week. So with that being established, we can then move on to our charts to see what we're having. So currently I just wanted to add like a different market to my pairs. So I'm trading three different markets. I'm trading the synthetic, the crypto market, and then the commodity market. So they all move differently, but rather than having plenty pairs on, like I'm missing trader, but rather than having plenty pairs on my watch list and then trading multiple pairs in one market, I noticed that it actually like ruins my portfolio and in turn ruining my psychology. So rather than having much, I can trade different markets, but at least one of them. So like the volatility, I have the 10. I've been like just like monitoring it for like sometimes, and I've seen that it actually moves and listen. But I'm still here to do intense work on it. But it's just something I just want to add, and I've added it. So these are like, let's say, the 4 pairs I'm looking at. So in as much as I've seen my strategy work on it, doesn't mean that it's 100%, and I understand that. But understanding that, it gives me the open-mindedness to trade it too. So just for me to just study it and learn more about it. So yeah, so let's just hop onto the chat. Enough of my yabberish yapping. So I think last month price traded into this monthly favorite bag. I was expecting that we are going to go up to the upside, but currently now we are actually like disrespecting this level. So with my basic understanding of my strategy, this was like the foundation of how I got to understand my strategy, and my strategy started aligning with me. So with the simplest basic way I learned from my mentor, he said that if price is failing to offer fair value, then the next thing price does is to seek liquidity. So currently we are disrespecting this monthly fair value gap. So the next thing that price is likely to do is to seek liquidity at this low. So with this understanding, we are failing to offer fair value from a bullish fair value gap. So with this understanding that we are disrespecting the bullish PDRA, so that means price is going to seek liquidity, which is on the downside. So means our bias is bearish, so we are failing to offer fair value from a bullish fair value gap, so we are going to seek liquidity at the swing low, which is down. That means price is going to be moving to the downside, so I am bearish on this pair. So with just that simple sentence, I got to understand my strategy, and then got to start learning into the more advanced parts, which is not actually even advanced, but I still understand it because it resonated with me so much. So at the end of the day, no strategy is hard or simple, it's just what resonates with you as a person. So with this understanding, I'm based on like my bias. So the next thing is always the narrative, like how are we going to get to our bias, like our point of interest, as many people will say, our POI, our area of concentration, our PGRA, what we are using to move as our vehicle towards our drawn liquidity, or or moving in alignment with our bias. So my bias is bearish, so I have to look for a bearish PDRA or a bearish area of concentration or point of interest. So moving down, we don't see any of that on the monthly. So moving down to the weekly time frame, so we can clearly see that disrespect, or that that disrespect on the weekly time frame. Like in the next 3 hours, we likely know if we are actually going to keep moving, but I likely that because now we've disrespected most of the point and even the 50% of the fair value gap. So that is just it. So we don't see any figure that we can use to move price to the downside. I don't see any of that on the weekly time frame, but we've had progression of bearish fair value gap. So we can move down to the daily time frame. So now moving down to the daily time frame, so this is what I'm expecting, because we don't have any fair value gaps on the daily. So maybe price might come to this swing high and then move lower from it, or during the week we create bearish fair value gaps, which I can take as my point of interest or PGRE to sell. So but I'm just looking at the price will just come to this swing high and then keep moving lower from that swing high as my PGRE. So this is like an area of concentration, and I already set my alert on it. So I've been able to establish like a bias, a narrative, and like a target. So that is just it, guys, for volatility 10 honest. So we can move on to the next pair, BTC. So looking at BTC, we are actually like sweeping previous month low, like we are sweeping it, but if you look very well, you can see that we kind of like disrespected this swing low. We disrespected it, but now this candle now is sweeping this previous month. So we're having two arguments. We're having both a bearish and bullish arguments. So we need to establish more on our bias. So with that being said, we can move down to the weekly time frame to see. Now on the weekly time frame, we can clearly see that we are sweeping this swing low, and we're having like two candle rejection at that point. So but if you look at like this overall down movement here, you can see that we have like a bearish order flow, something of that sort. So this is something that might happen because we don't have any fair value gap between this order flow leg. This is a low probability order flow leg, so we don't have any fair value gap between them. So what might likely happen is the price will move up to this swing high and then continue moving lower to downside. So as stated in this swing high now serves as two things. It serves as a narrative and as a drawn liquidity. Now as a narrative, because we are sweeping this swing low, So you can, sorry, we are sweeping this swing low, so you can use this place as a draw on liquidity. But looking at this bearish order flow, this can serve as our narrative to move lower. So I just want to focus on what is happening currently in price. So moving out to my daily time frame, I saw that okay, we are creating bullish order flow. So I am more focused on that swing high as a draw liquidity for now. Then if price gets to that swing high on the weekly time frame, I can then start looking for sales from that level to the downside as a narrative. But for now, we are looking at it as a draw liquidity. So I'll be likely be engaging in this bullish daily order flow. So if we see any bullish for a vertical cap on the daily time frame, then I am taking it because we had this first one that was created, price traded into it, yeah, and then moved up, and then we are creating a new one that I think I am currently looking at. I am moving a setup on itself. Let's see. Though it's just like a bit consolidating, but it's something like this. We are in this setup, I think in the second entry, yeah. So the only thing I can just say is, let me see what price will likely do at the end of the day. So that's just it. So I am actually like bullish at the moment on it because of the current order flow on the daily time frame. I am bullish, but overall from the weekly time I'm bearish. So but the monthly and the daily, they're kind of in alignment, because the monthly we are sweeping previous month's low, and then the daily we're having bullish order flow. But we also have to be careful because we have like this monthly fair value gap that's been created. So yeah, so we've established like a trade idea on BTC. Let's go to gold. So gold, on gold, we have like a very simple take here. So we disrespected that swing low, and this previous month candles disrespected this swing low, and this period's candles low, this one, yeah, we disrespected it. So with that being said, the next candle is likely to expand lower to the downside. So this previous month's low is our draw on liquidity, and we are actually like having this likely monthly fair value gap being created. So this is a point where we have to be very careful when trading. Yeah, so we've established like a bearish bias. So moving on to the weekly time frame, don't see any fair value gap. The only thing I see is this swing high that price might just come and then keep moving lower from. But it's not something to just watch out, and you can see that we are sweeping this swing low on the weekly time frame. So we might see that okay, price, we want to trade price to this place then before moving down. So moving to the daily time frame, you can see we don't have that confirmed order flow, that confirmed bullish order flow. So taking buys at this point, I think I took a buy. It was very stupid trade because of I was not concentrated, and I think that day I was feeling a bit frustrated about something I was trying to do, and I took it out of my trading and I lost money. So but that is it. So I said that I'm only going to take buys if I see confirmed order flow. If I don't see confirmed bullish order flow that is progressing favorably, has been created to the upside, I am not taking a trade on gold. So there's nothing for me on gold. I have no, the only thing I'm interested in is the monthly fair value that might be created. But we have to be very careful when trading, because that might be a consolidation candle being created on the monthly time frame, meaning that on the weekly and daily time frame we might see a lot of consolidation and fair value gaps failing. So before we trade, we want to see confirmed order flow, be it bullish or bearish. We want to see that okay, yeah, price has given us a confirmation that oh, you want to start going into the downside. or to the upside. So we want to see the progression of the fair value gap, like a fair value gap being created from another fair value gap. So this is what I have to consider when taking trades on gold. So there's nothing on gold for me. So moving on to silver. Now on silver we have the same analogy we have on gold, that we disrespected swing low, previous candles low, and then we are going towards this previous month's low as our draw liquidity, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, let's hide this. So this is like my draw liquidity. Yeah, so we're actually bearish. We still have that same monthly fair value gap being created. So if we are checking trades, we have to have confirmed order flow. So now this is what I was supposed to take. This was the trade I was supposed to take, but because I was being distracted, I missed this setup, because this we had this weekly bearish fair value gap that was created, and then we didn't have anything that was okay. We didn't have anything that was opposing price on the daily time frame. So taking an entry there would have given us like a good setup, like a very nice setup, a very nice trade that would have been a winner. Zero drawdown, like a very good win. Even if we miss the first entry, second entry banger, third entry banger. So we missed it, and there's nothing we can do about it. So back to our listen. So now on the weekly time frame, we have confirmed bearish order flow, because we had this fair value gap that created this fair value gap that we are currently trading in. We are still within this how will I put it, this context area. We are still within this area, so it's still valid area to look for entries, for trades. Yeah, so we have that still playing out. So we are expecting this fair value gap. So the next candle, which is this risk candle, should expand to the downside towards this swing low. So you see, so we're actually going down. So with that being said, moving down to the daily time frame, I saw this bag that we created. So this is something I'm just expecting for the week, that price comes back into it and then keep moving back on that level to the downside, towards our external range liquidity. So it's just like a very simple idea. So this is what I'm like expecting this week for all my pairs. So I just set my alerts on them. I'm just waiting for price to come into those levels. Yeah, so you can see that on the 4-hour we failed this, what they call it, this bearish 4-hour fair value gap. So is this swing high, we are going to inversely that, so directly into that, we are going into this, we feel this 4-hour bearish fair value gap. So the next place price should go to is this swing high, and at that swing high we have our bearish daily breakaway gap at that point. So you can see our price is so easy to read by just by looking at fair value gaps and swing points. So likely when next week's candle started, then we go into that level and then they have a trade. So it's just that simple. So just to wait and see what price has to offer to us for the new week. So these are all like I have in terms of like setups or trade ideas here. So I'll catch you guys like in my next video. So yeah, have a profitable trading week, and remember, always apply risk management, very important. Yeah, so see you guys later.